What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Dustin Apple, hashtag White River Rambo, and well, a lot has changed since the last time you've been in the shop. So come on in and take a look. Cecil, got that to mess with here for too long. A week or so ago, y'all come in hard with the comments when I talked about shop space and organization. As you can see, this wall is now bare, because a buddy of mine reached out with a pretty good idea, and I'm going forward with it. I took those shelves and I moved them on down. So now my paint, my chainsaw, and all that stuff's on down there. Materials didn't change. This corner, however, is going away. I'm going to take out from this beam to the corner, which is 16 feet, and I'm going that way on stilts out in the yard. Unfortunately, I have some scrap to move away from this area, but from the corner of the building right here to halfway in the building, 16 feet, and then I have to the corner of the fence there, I have just like 14.8. So technically, I'm not supposed to get within 3 feet of the fence, but we're going to come out 12 foot. We'll just say the building shifted 4 inches. How's that? Yeah, so, and as you can see, it's downhill, right? So from where the building is out here, probably top of the fence, let's just call it a 4 foot drop. But I'm not going to put anything super heavy on it. I'm not going to be able to drive on it. So I think it's a perfect spot to keep some materials, which more than likely is going to be a couple thousand pounds at the most. And then take my wooden bench with my tool cabinet and move it out over there. Drill press, my little bandsaw and things of that nature, move it out over there. And then I will set my chop saw up right here on this post. So I'll be able to pull material from there, make myself a shelf, chop saw it here, and then go around and go in that room, and I'll have a wood bench, okay, to be able to cut sheet with. All of this sounds like a lot, right? And yes, it will be a little bit to get that taken care of, but it actually means less moving things to be able to fabricate. I need room. I need space to be able to cut sheet. And if I can take all that sheet right there, which only 2 or 3 pieces of it's 12 foot, everything else is 10 foot or less. If I can move it out here in a 12 foot room, be able to take it off the wall and set it on top of a table and cut it, that's enormous to me. As well as some small tool storage. And I think that's the best idea, right? So thank you, Jeremy, for giving me the idea, talking me through it. And for some reason, I was not considering building something on stilts, right? I didn't think that was a good idea. But after the consideration and technically what it's going to cost, cheaper than concrete, right? I can take off all that metal, which is 12 foot 4 tall. Most of that will get reused on the building. Yeah, I'm going to have lumber, I'm going to have labor, but there's a bunch of Amish that don't live too far from me. I think we can get her done. So what do you think? You think 16-inch centers, 3/4 plywood on top? I might do plywood underneath to make an air gap to be able to heat it a little easier. Foam board in the walls, Tyvek wrap it, moisture barrier. I think I'm golden. Honestly, I think I'll probably do it for $6 grand, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, I'm excited. And so I'm going to expand the shop. I'm freaking excited, man. So moved everything back here, and we got our straps up on the wall. I've opened up the vent. All of my now loose clamps are up there. Our carts, we just kind of moved around a little bit, but this right here is the big change. So as you remember, we had 2 great big shelves in here, and it had all of our clamps, or I'm sorry, all of our dies and our knockout tools and our dimple dies and all that stuff. Well, all that's gone. Now I got my charging station, a couple of Bauer tools that won't hang on clamps, self-tappers, random nails and roofing stuff, and then deck nails and some stainless bolts down there. My vacuums are here, roller, some sawhorses, things of that nature, and then I moved my my Rogue Fab Bender and that cart here underneath the stairs, which, as you can see, is the perfect fit. So what happened to the rest of it? Some of it went upstairs, some of it went in the trash can, and the rest of it went right here. So now I've moved my shop press up here to the front of the shop, Doesn't get used very often, but when it does, it needs air, right? It's right underneath the air hose, right behind the light. Perfect for that. And then we built this. So before, this was a 3-wheeled cart, and it was a jumbled up mess. Well, it's still made out of scrap steel, and it's still a jumbled up mess, but now it is all one unit. I have my pipe bender and my tubing roller on the same cart. I made a aluminum tray underneath here, and I've got all of my dies, okay? Knockout tool dies, my knockout tool, I just threw it on there too. Pipe bender dies, and then I have 12 sets, I'm sorry, I have 9 sets of dies for my tubing roller. Which leads me to the next project. I have 2 fan shrouds to build for pusher fans. I've got one of them sitting right out here that I built last year for direct drive, just playing around with an idea. And, well, I don't know if I'm going to expand on that one for myself or just build brand new. But, well, today's project, we got to get the tubing roller out. I got to get it set up with some 1-inch pipe dies. And then we'll come right on over here, grab some 1-inch pipe, 6063, and start making some rings for a pusher fan. Come on with it. Tell you what. I love the vlog style that we're going with. Hopefully you guys can appreciate and not get super hung up on the camera angles, but for production's sake, I think we really need to make a fan shroud video. So let's cut this one off here, and I'll be back in a couple days, and we will do a fan shroud from start to finish. We'll talk about all the dimensions in that video, as well as you'll get to see specific modifications and fabrication that I'm doing to ensure proper fitment, proper spacing, and the steps that I take in building one of these things. I'll see y'all on the next one. Stay safe, shoot straight, shoot off, and don't forget to wear the personal flotation devices. I appreciate y'all joining me. Leave a comment below, #White River Rambo, and I'll see y'all on the next one.